Welcome to Living Magically. I'm your host, Magical Michelle, and this week we get to breathe a sigh of relief. But we're also still deep in a life review right now. So, happy Mercury stations direct. For the last 3 weeks, we have been in Mercury retrograde. And with that, we have been in a major don't do anything category. But what is also happening, and why this was such an intense one for everybody, is because we've had this Venus retrograde at the same time. Now, something else to consider with all of this is that during this Mercury retrograde, we went from Mercury retrograde in Aries to Mercury retrograde in Pisces. So we feel like we're waking up from a dream. So have you ever kind of been like asleep and you were in a dream and you're not sure what is real and what isn't real? It might feel that way in your life right now. And I encourage you, this full moon that is coming up over the weekend is in Libra, ruled by Venus, and later on at the same time, the same day as we have the full moon in Venus, we have Venus retrograde going direct as well. So what does that mean? Especially for those of you who are ruled by Libra, or ruled by Taurus, or have any of your sun, moon, or rising signs in Taurus or Libra, and everybody else too, but especially those two signs, is we're in this major life review, especially Taurus, whose birthday month is coming up, and also Aries, who's in their birthday energy right now. We have the sun direct in Aries, and well, it's always direct, but the sun is prominent in Aries right now. It's first sign. It's this new beginning energy, and yet we're still in the stickiness of these retrogrades. So what happens with that is it feels like all your plans are halted still, but the good news is that things are starting to lighten up. Things are starting to get more clarity, and I expect you to get clarity. The illumination of this full moon will probably get more clarity, more unstuck energy next week. We'll see that after the full moon, more like the 12th and the 13th. So now that Mercury's out of retrograde, you're going to start to see the movement. You're going to start having a review period. You're going to be like, all right, where have I been stuck for the last 3 weeks? Where have I been stuck for the last 2 months? And really all the way back to November, we've had major personal signs in retrograde all the way since last November. So this moon, which is also the pink moon, it's called the Buddha moon. We have this illuminating moon that's trying to bring clarity on our relationships, in our hearts, in our minds, in our soul. Really, there's a soul level healing happening for the collective. You're going to see a lot of negotiation going on. So if you're in a relationship, try and be kind, but this is the time to be in that review period. I heard one astrologer talking about it as, if you're going to leave a relationship, you're probably going to leave it in the next 2 weeks. Like, if you've been waiting, you don't need any bigger sign than this. It's time to end. And that might not be a marriage. That could be a business partnership or a friendship. Things are coming to a close, and that closure could just be in different ways that we deal with people. But I expect money matters to get better for everybody once we hit Taurus. So this is your big idea energy. We're still in big ideas right now, big breakthroughs, illumination, clarity, and maybe even just praying for what you want. The answer is to align with the timeline and the choices for what you want, what you desire, what your heart is bringing forward, and getting away from what you fear, what you're angry about. And please, if at all possible, if you feel angry, if you feel resentful, if you feel caught up in that energy, fear, stress, whatever, please do yourself a favor this week and do a ritual. Write it out, burn it. Do some kind of water ceremony. Get into the water and let it go. Whatever it is that you need to purify yourself and let go. We have a really big opportunity to come back to compassion, to come back to love. Unfurling back to love was the card I got this morning. I was pulling my card for the week, and it was the heart chakra card. Unfurling back to love. And I love that statement. How do we become love? How are we spreading kindness, spreading love, spreading the change? And you know, it's ruled, this is ruled by Venus. Libra moon is all about finding balance of the masculine and feminine, balance of our day and night, balance of our time. Are we over giving? Are we under giving? Are we sharing enough of our information? And I expect communication to get better this week, but not be really perfect for at least 2 more weeks, because we're still going to be in retrograde shadow, Mercury retrograde shadow, and Venus retrograde is still about reviewing those relationships. So if it's time to make that conversation, have it next week. If you're like, have a really big conversation, have it next week. But if you're ready to just start brainstorming or getting ideas, this is a good week. It's a great idea for the big picture. It's a great idea for dreaming. It's a wonderful time to start dreaming things into possibility, sharing what is possible, and just knowing that everything is possible, okay? And with every ending is a new beginning. And so I feel like there's this big, expansive opening happening, big, expansive opportunities. So if there's some opportunity for you to be kinder to another person, do that. If there's an opportunity for you to rest and recalibrate and renew yourself, do that. If there's a chance where you want to beautify your home or your office or your yard, do that. But I have heard it's not a really good time to make big physical changes to your appearance that you cannot change. Venus retrograde isn't the time to get bangs if you have beautiful long hair, not the time to cut off your hair. You can get maintenance beauty items, something you were already planning. Maybe if you have a tattoo that you've planned on having forever, maybe that. But if you can wait another week to make any big, massive changes, do that. But beautification process, planting, oh my goodness, plant your seeds, get your gardens going, and certainly create and envision and dream and journal and take long baths. Rest is an absolute, anything luxury is an absolute wonderful thing to do. And if you are looking for love, if you are looking for a new relationship, this is a good time to go out and meet some people. If you are looking for bettering the relationship you have, this is a great time to take your wife out to dinner, take your husband out to dinner, spend quality time with your kids or your partner. If there is someone that you haven't spent time with that you really, really want to embrace, this is a great week to do that. There's going to be an I love you energy to this week. I love you. I appreciate you. Do those little things that show that you care, show that you take that extra little piece and show that you are ready to make that next little I love you, and here's something nice that I can do. I wouldn't necessarily go into presents or spending our money. You might regret spending a lot of money. This isn't the week to make big purchases. I'd still wait another week or two before I did that. But if there was like just small gestures of love and appreciation, this is the week. With that pink moon, it's a great time to gather. So I know there's a lot of full moon gatherings. I'm having one for my school on Saturday night online. I'm also, if you're local to Orlando and you want to come to our compassion circle at the ashram, this is happening on Thursday. And more important, I've been really, really recognizing that this is the time. If you're going to come with me and Marissa to Egypt, we have to kind of settle out how many people are coming in the next month. And so we are going to Egypt in September for my dream trip. We're going to be going down the Nile. We're going to be going to the Sphinx. We're going to be going to the pyramids, all of the things. And so if you are interested in doing that, please get with me this week. We have a beautiful trip planned with our amazing people on the ground there, Hatem and Noha. We'll be going to our oil temple to learn about oils with Gamal. It's just going to be an incredible trip, as well as if you've never been to Jordan, maybe you've been to Egypt, but you've never been to Petra and Jordan, we're doing an extension. So if that's something you're interested in, they're two different trips. You can combine the two, or you can go to one or the other, including if time or money is the problem and you want to narrow it down to a shorter trip, we have a highlights tour, which gets you the big stuff. It gets you Luxor and Cairo and gets it all in under 8 days. So please let me know if I can help you journey on that dream trip to Egypt. So what are you dreaming about? What is it, and how do you make that come to reality? This is the week about dreaming your life into being. Remember, when we visualize something coming true, the way becomes made possible. This is the theme right now with this illuminating full moon. Listen to this beautiful sound of the bells, the wind chimes, instead of the road noise behind me. So I wanted to be outside. It's such a beautiful day here, but I do apologize for the street noise all of a sudden. There we go. All right. In the meantime, compassion, love, illumination, balance. Find your way. Waking up, it's like you're waking up from a dream, and I still continue to invite you to dream yourself into a reality that you choose. Do not get caught up in the fear. Don't get caught up in what's going on outside of you. Unfurl your heart back to love. Come back to the center. Find your center. Find your dream. Take one step. Take one little action step back to love, back to who you are. And we'll see as this full moon illuminates that bigger opportunity to move more strong, more fully in the coming months. As we see Taurus season, we're going to have a period of time without eclipses and retrogrades, and you're just going to see a little bit of an opening coming up after this week, and about 2 weeks from now, around the 19th, you're going to see things get a little bit calmer, a little bit easier But remember, with all the fire that you have, take one action step. With this, make movement as the wind opens up. Make movement. Take a deep breath. Meditate. Be compassionate. And I wish you all an absolutely magical, loving, compassionate week. And I'll see you again next week. Live magically.